Astonishingly, the Bali bombing investigation team continuously claimed different explosive devices were responsible for the main blast. The international team of investigators, with unlimited resources at their disposal, took over 6 weeks to determine the explosive device used. Immediately after the bombings, the Indonesian police announced that the FBI had discovered the plastic explosives Semtex and C4. The Scotsman newspaper reported that the FBI forensic team found traces of sophisticated plastic explosives at the site of the bombing. Experts claim that they discovered traces of Semtex at the Sari Club. The Age newspaper published an article a few days after the bombing entitled "2 Questioned, C4 Explosives Found." Indonesia's National Police Chief, General Day Baktia, also said that an explosive known as C4 had been identified from preliminary investigations. 1 week later, investigators announced that the main explosive device was an ammonium nitrate bomb. The Australian Federal Police said that the bomb is now believed to have been built with ammonium nitrate fertiliser.
Police investigators in Bali have given more details about the bombs that destroyed 2 Kuta Beach nightclubs last weekend, confirming that there were 2 devices and not 3, as had been speculated for a time yesterday. One of the bombs contained about 1 kilogram of TNT. The second, and most devastating, contained the fertiliser ammonium nitrate. The police have also confirmed that the scene of the bombing will remain sealed off until sometime in November. Foreign Affairs editor Peter Cave reports from Bali.
The Australian Federal Police spokesman, Superintendent Brett Swan, said they now believe there were only 2 bombs.
Preliminary analysis of the possible explosive used in a vehicle in front of the Sari Club is a low-velocity explosive, possibly ammonium nitrate mix, and the experts believe it may have been somewhere between 50 and 150 kilos.
That seemed to rule out the story released last week by the Indonesian police that the biggest bomb contained the powerful military plastic explosive C4. Not at all, said Superintendent Swan.
Again, at this point in time, it's only very preliminary, and all the samples that we have taken are being analysed.
Amazingly, the following month, ammonium nitrate evolved into a new chemical. The bomb data specialists are starting to firm in on a conclusion which is tending towards chlorate as being the substantial ingredient. Ben McDevitt, General Manager of Investigations. Indonesian explosive expert Colonel Zainuri Lubis may have hinted at the absurdity of investigations, saying that the main explosive was made out of chlorate, black powder and TNT. As an explosive expert, Colonel Lubis knows that chlorate crystals cannot be mixed with black powder. Mixing these compounds would cause an immediate chemical reaction. The sharp chlorate crystals would create immense friction across the surface of the black powder particles, immediately burning up or exploding. In November, investigators arrested Ali Emrozi, the owner of the Mitsubishi van allegedly carrying the main explosive device. Ali Emrozi, an illiterate mechanic, confessed to preparing the fertiliser chemicals delivered in the Mitsubishi van. Investigators claimed that they had tracked Emrozi by reconstructing the van and retrieving the vehicle identification number stamped on the axle.
Unbeknownst to most people in Indonesia, a light truck in Bali has a vehicle identification number stamped in the axle to identify, where it came from. This number led us straight to Emrozi. He didn't know there was a number. We didn't know there was a number until a couple of days later.
Emrozi maintained that, quote, "If the explosion was truly from the chemicals that I prepared, it would not produce such a powerful explosion." Investigators claimed Amrozi loaded the van with 300 to 400 kilograms of chlorate. The following year, the Australian Federal Police committed to a potassium chlorate bomb. Today, if you look at the Australian Federal Police website, the chlorate retrieved from the two vehicles seized from Amrozi and the other missing chlorate has miraculously found its way into the Mitsubishi van. Alleged discoveries of C4 and Semtex were forgotten, but they appeared to serve a purpose.
So the police have confirmed C4. Where does that part of the investigation go now?
Well, the C4 tends to point a finger in certain directions, and the Al Qaeda group has used C4 in a number of its attacks. It was used in the bombing of the USS Cole. It was used in a bombing in the Philippines, and a number of other bombings related to Al Qaeda. It seems to point towards them.
Jakarta Post's senior editor Robert S. Finnegan